Welcome back to the Pumpernickel podcast.
Pumpernickel!
We back, hopefully better than last week.
By the way, that one's not getting published.
Yeah, that one's probably getting trashed. Alright, this is Elvin, aka the Stephen A. Smith of the podcast.
He did that to himself.
I did that, yeah, but I mean, they called me loud beforehand, in all fairness.
I mean, you are loud.
I am loud, but that comes with the territory, man. I'm a good person.
This is Black Mike.
And then Nathaniel, which is also the Norm Macdonald of the podcast.
For real. And then, Eddie is out this week.
The Mario Lopez of the podcast.
Factuals. Eduardo Sanchez is out this week because he's dealing with family stuff. And then Summers, who was here last week, wanted to be here, but he's here in spirit. And so we might every now and then have Summers here since Mike is right around the corner. We moved locations. We moved from another friend's house to Mike's new house. And so now the sound will hopefully improve. And then we'll just have, I don't know, I think it'll be better. We can do kind of what we want now because we don't really have anybody above us or below us. It's not an apartment.
Yeah.
See, we got options.
And we don't have police sirens going off and ambulances going off.
Yeah.
Every podcast.
That's an important
Somebody's
step.
not dying in the background.
Right. And so,
we hope.
We'll start off with we hope. We'll start off with a new segment that, in this case, 3 slices of...
On a slice of news.
There it is.
Get it right, damn it.
God damn it. 3 views on a slice of news. There we go.
Jesus Christ.
It's a work in progress.
Did you come up with that name?
I did. No, I didn't come up with the name. I came up with the segment.
Mike
came up with
I came up with the name.
Okay. Right. It's a good name. It just takes a second. You know what I mean?
It's like 4 words.
Yeah, shut up. I messed it up too. Anywho, we'll start off with Nate.
Start off with me?
Yeah, go for it.
So, I'm not a scientist, so don't try and quote me on the...
Oh, we believe you.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah. Whatever you say is law.
Right.
Yeah. So apparently scientists somewhere have found a way to take CO2 from the atmosphere, which is like some of the shitty stuff coming out of our tailpipes, take that stuff and condense it down into lumps of coal.
That's pretty cool.
Which basically does a twofold job where you can take some of the garbage out of the air, which helps a little bit of the greenhouse, and then make something that you can burn again for energy again.
I guess you wouldn't burn it though, because if you burn it, you let that CO2 right back off.
It'd just be a cycle.
But I mean, like, I feel like it would take more energy to get it back than it does to release it, and
Maybe.
so you lose energy, you know? I feel like the point of it is to pull it back in and then seal it, basically. So, like, you don't actually, like, reuse that energy. You just pull it out of the atmosphere and then store it.
And then another billion years, we have a gigantic, like, moon-sized diamond.
You're right. Crush it down and we end up with the freaking diamond from Final Fantasy. The crystals.
From Kirby?
There it is. We end up with crystal gems.
We got a stone mountain-sized chaos emerald.
Solid reference. I respect the hustle.
Even I caught that one.
Yeah, the Chaos Emeralds. I see what you did. So yeah, that's a good one. Like I think there's a lot of potential with that. I got into a discussion with one of my coworkers about what's his name? Bill Gates's theories for the future, and like he was like basically the next 5 major important hurdles for humanity was like AI, water. I think like nuclear or something like that.
We found water.
Waste was one.
We found water.
I mean, we got water, but I mean, like there's going to be an issue with water in cities in the future. We need more water.
More water.
Yeah, so desalination will be an issue in the future, and then like waste management, and then there was like 2 other ones, but the ones that caught me were like that he didn't mention was like nuclear energy, which would solve a lot of our problems. And I feel like if you combine that with desalination, because you're dumping there's a lot of heat energy, right, from nuclear. If you took some of that heat energy and put it into desalinating water, you could combine those 2 essentially. So we end up with water and energy from the same thing.
So really what we need is that Mr. Fusion from Back to the Future.
There it is, Nate with his brain for that one, boys. These gems don't just come out of nowhere. There's a treasure trove in that boy's mind.
It's a joke, but that is for real.
Yeah, like there's treasure in the hills. But
you go search for it, but it's there.
It's there. You can see him. I know you guys can't see the podcast, but you can see him do a brain blast, and you can see him go back into his own mind and pull some jewels out. But yeah, I do think that's the future. Is that like if we can get nuclear? Well, nuclear is safe, but if we can get people to trust nuclear, because people don't trust it.
Well, there's been some whiffs.
There's whiffs with anything.
Yeah.
And so like, and
there's like really bad whiffs.
I agree with that, but like there've been worse whiffs with oil and coal. You know what I mean? Like, and there are more of them.
Yeah, I mean, like everything is trial and error. We didn't always like What's his face ended up electrocuting himself when he was trying to figure out how
because
lightning works.
Right, and think about energy in general, right? Like it'll get as safe as we're willing to put money into it. Electricity is highly dangerous, but yet there's a power line above everybody's head at all times now.
Yeah, you just got to be intelligent enough to not stick a fork
in a freaking outlet.
Oh.
Exactly.
Man, you talking about frying yourself.
You want to talk about a wake up call? Start the morning off, boys, with a knife in the socket.
Oh, side note.
God bless America.
This is a deep reference, but I was at McDonald's trying to get some lunch one day, and I heard a dude in front of me was just like, "Yeah, can I get a fillet of fish, a Diet Coke, and was it like a McDouble or some shit?" And
this in the morning?
That was no. I mean, it was basically the morning. Like it was like because breakfast ends at like 10:30. So like
that counts, yeah.
Yeah, so it was like 11 or something.
That counts.
He was starting his day with this.
Yeah, I was like, bro, what are you even doing?
We can get into another argument about the fillet of fish, but even as a kid, I used to rock with the fillet of fish.
Yeah, but you don't start your day as an adult.
I have never eaten a fillet of fish.
I have. I used to love that as a kid.
Thank you. Like, somebody else agrees, man. I used to rock with the fillet of fish more than I rock with the burgers.
But then I hit elementary school and realized that was a terrible choice.
Oh, I realized it was terrible, but I still rock with it. Like, that was my go-to at McDonald's. But anyway, my bad.
Yeah. Getting back on track.
Yeah.
Next slice of news from Elvin.
Relative on track.
Relative on track.
Actually, on the subject of nuclear, actually, was mine, which was
nice segue.
Trump and Kim Jong-un did not reach an agreement, and so now
shocking.
I'm not surprised, but in all fairness, all Trump did was make me agree with Kim Jong more, because it was like his argument was like, we want you to denuclearize, and he was just like, well, you do it first. And then at the same time that like somebody brought up the argument that was like, remember when we told Libya to do that? And then like months later we sent in a dictatorship that ended up killing what's his name, Assad or whatever. And it was like, yeah, the same exact thing would happen to North Korea. They're not stupid. And it's right. It's like the moment we denuclearize, you're gonna have our people take up arms against us, and then you're gonna end up killing me. Like, why would I do this? You know what I mean? So it's just a dumb idea. There's a reason why no other U.S. president has done it. Like, Trump likes to act like he is like the genius behind this plan and that he'll be the first one to get it done. Every other U.S. president that has had to deal with North Korea is like, no, this is a bad idea. And they've had the opportunity every single time to meet with the leader and chose not to. And this genius thinks that he's going to get it done. All right, that's my size of news, to be honest with you. I don't get it. Like, we're not going to get political on this podcast, I promise you, in the future or now, never. But for the 5 seconds that I got it, like, I will not understand the appeal of Trump to people. I just don't.
You think it's that he's like, maybe it's not the appeal, but do you think he's like, at this point, just to see what he can get away with?
I think that, like, I agree with that partly. Like, I think that, like, his genius isn't in the genius that people think it is. His genius is in marketing. Like, the fact that he was able to become a president in the first place is incredibly impressive. But on top of that, I think what he does well is that he manages to convince the people that already like him or trust him to stay with him. And that is a skill.
Like Peter Griffin.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like it's real. Like we could call him whatever we want to on any podcast in life, but one thing you cannot deny is that the man became the fucking president. At the end of the day, like he became 45.
Orange God.
Yeah, Orange God. So at the end of the day, the record books will always have to state that man is in there. But at the same time, I don't understand the people that chose him.
Do you think he should invest in Sunkist?
He absolutely should. He should go with it. He should stop fighting this whole orange business and just go with the joke and get paid off.
And now he's like the orange guy. He owns like all the naval orange farms.
Yeah.
Sunkist.
Yeah. It's like, I've got Sunkist.
Orange creamsicles?
Right,
yes.
right. I've got, what's the one? Country Crime or Country
Time.
Country Time, like lemonade, but then it's like an orangeade.
Tang?
Yes. He should get behind Tang. What he should have done was like help the space program and up Tang sales.
And start calling Trump instead of Tang?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, you don't want a glass of... I said, but my joke, even though I'm
a glass of
at
Trump?
the same time... A glass of Trump. That sounds terrible. Garnish with trash. But, but at the end of the day, my joke for him was that, like, I had a joke with friends because I was like, what if all the shit he got, he was such a narcissist about everything that he actually chose to be the best president ever? Like, that would have, when he first got elected, that was my thing. I was like, I didn't vote for him. I didn't want him in, but it would be such a funny, quote unquote, joke if he was just like, fuck y'all, I'm gonna do this better than anybody.
And brought it all around.
And brought it all around. And no one could say bad shit about him. It's like, yeah, he embezzled, yeah, he did all this foul shit on the side, but this nigga was a nasty president. Like, we might get this nigga another one. Like, it's like just off the strength. Like, he got 2, and we might have given him a 3rd because this nigga was that nice.
Run it back.
Run it back.
Repeat.
And that's all he called it. Like, that was part 2 of the election, was just like, Trump Pence, run it back.
I'd vote for that.
Trump Pence 2024, run it back. It's like, this isn't even legal. But this nigga been putting in work for the last 8. He like LeBron in his president shit. Yeah. I'm being honest. Like, even though I didn't vote for him, I didn't want him, and I knew what I would see in the future, I was like, I would have been pleasantly surprised to see the opposite. You know, like, I just would have, just because of his narcissism, I thought it would have jailed with his narcissism to be like, these people hate me. I can make them love me.
Steer into it.
Yeah, and then be like, you know what? Upping taxes on the rich. Cause fuck y'all, we already here. And y'all ain't gonna do shit. I'm rich too. I ain't scared of y'all. And then just keep it moving. Like, I thought it would have been cool. That's just me.
Well, we missed that one.
But we missed that. We missed that train. And to end off all of the seriousness, Mike got a hot one.
Yeah, so all that other nonsense aside.
Damn. See how he do us?
Let's jump to something important.
Yeah, right? Yeah, exactly. Like, let me get at you with some important
Let's get something, for real though. So Pokemon dropped a new trailer for the newest games.
I agree.
Yeah, Sword and Shield gonna be the first Pokemon game on an actual console. So that's hype news.
That's not true.
It is.
Yeah,
I played Pokemon Red on my N64.
We got a fire point. Oh, because he's right. Because on Pokemon Stadium, it lets you play. It makes you play on a mini Game Boy inside of it.
I mean, yeah, but
he's technically right, which is the best kind of right.
Yeah.
Because we checking the record books now, and it's like, this nigga about to slid through on the rules. Oh, like this. We're closing the loophole next time.
Yeah.
Lawyer.
All right. Well,
lawyered up. Nigga show up lawyered up. By a technical loophole, he was able to kill that man and get off scot-free. He's bragging about it. Look at him.
God damn it.
Well,
God damn it, that son of a bitch.
This will be the first Pokemon game to be released on a console without a technicality.
Yeah, exactly. Dickhead showed up actually. I played Pokemon Red and Blue on my N64. Fuck this guy.
Through Pokemon Stadium.
Right.
But yeah, they showed off like the new starters, which the regular starters never look as good as the proposed starters that you find on the internet. But
for real,
they look alright. I'm going back to water starter life. I slipped up last gen because the water starter just wasn't the move.
last gen was crazy.
Yeah, last gen was crazy.
Yeah.
They had some fire new additions and some remixes to some of the old favorites.
For real.
But
literally, yeah.
Yeah, but this new gen looks really good, so I'm excited to see where this goes.
Yeah, man. Also in the game news, man, we've been playing a lot. Well, some of us have been playing a lot of Apex Legends. You know what I mean? Like lately, I've been picking more up on it. I'm still an Overwatch person at the end of the day, but hopefully, I'll slowly transition off and get over to something else. You know what I mean? But the gaming world's looking good right now, man. With the new Pokemon game, it's really gonna be hot for the Switch in the end of 2019.
Was it like Pokemon 12, the redundancy?
The redundancy, Electric Boogaloo, and it's like. Yes, it's
Pikachu
Generation
doing
8. So you, as a side note, that new Detective Pikachu movie looks great.
First of all, miss me with that whole bullshit.
Really? You don't
Yes.
like it?
No.
Why
Like,
not?
I'm not here for live action Pokemon.
I agree, but like,
That shit's nightmare fuel. Alright?
yeah,
Pikachu
is
is
crazy.
Pikachu is okay, live action, that's cute, whatever.
Yeah.
But like, people, let's not forget, the fucking Pokemon realm got a lot of monsters in it. Literally.
That's a good point. Yeah,
I'm not trying to see Beedrill in live action.
Whew. Imagine waking up in the morning and you swat something on your shoulder and you look up and it's a fucking 12-foot tall bee with 2 lances on his hands.
Imagine driving a car and then like on the other side of the street is a Beedrill flying at you like you about to joust. Nigga, you about to lose.
What world is
It's like
this?
Jumanji.
Yeah, it is. Like, imagine being in your home and you look out the window and there's a flying swamp monster going through the air, bruh. Nah, I'm good.
Or there's a half aardvark, half human controlling your mind.
Jesus Christ. Or a giant furless cat in the air picking people up by the brain. You know, like I'm good. That is frightening. Real Pokemon, but like I thought that if you're going to do a live action movie, this is phenomenal. Like it looks great. It just does to me. At least.
And like don't get me wrong, like. Of all the live action shit, like this is probably going to be the best introduction to it. However, I don't want them to be like, all right, cool, this works. Let's continue to do more live action shit.
Oh man, if this movie goes through, this is just the beginning.
Oh, I know, and that's why I'm like, I don't really.
I agree with
that. Because like the last thing I want to see is real Pokemon.
Right.
Like, some shit just needs to stay fictional.
I agree. Like I'm on the fence with you. I see where you're coming from totally. Yeah. Like,
and on that note, we're gonna end the news and go off into our main segment.
All right.
Of movie actors and actors that need to stay in their lane. Because
it's not a bad segue, big
Can I introduce the main culprit?
Yeah, go for it.
Who the fuck does Will Smith think he is?
Facts.
Take over Robin Williams' spot as the genie.
Yeah.
Robin Williams is the genie.
Yes.
Yeah.
He is. That's like taking Kobe's number in the Lakers or Magic Johnson's number in the Lakers. Like that, the audacity of even trying to wear that jersey.
Somebody else show up on the Bulls with 23.
Yeah, exactly. It's like.
You better than for real?
Yeah, exactly. Dude, is that really the legacy you want to follow? Because that is your legacy. Your legacy is not your own thing. When you choose that number, will forever be compared to the person's number you picked up.
Yeah.
Don't pick up anything Robin Williams was touched. I do not want to see a Mrs. Doubtfire remake.
You can't.
You cannot do that again.
That's like saying you could do a Dead Poet Society remake.
Right, like leave some shit
I mean, if that movie doesn't touch your heart a little bit.
Yeah, like if Robin Williams put his blessing on it, bruh, let it the fuck go.
Yeah, and like don't get me wrong, like I understand like the business side of it, like from a business aspect.
Oh, we want to chase that bread, yeah.
Yeah, you want to chase that bread, but also you want to like respark that magic for a new generation. Because like don't get me wrong, like those movies were around when we were kids.
Right.
And like now we're adults, so it's like, all right, well we want to introduce new kids to this same magic. That's cool. But some shit you just need to leave the fuck alone.
I agree with that totally. And that's and the funny thing is like, I agree with that more than I agree with almost any other Disney movie because they're remaking The Lion King and I'm totally cool with that.
They are?
They are. They're doing a live action Lion King.
Like that
and you wouldn't like it normally, but it looks like it's going to be good.
No.
But like, the remade Aladdin movie in real and then you chose Will Smith for this role, like, it'd be like if you undid what you did before and instead of Keanu Reeves, you picked up Will Smith. Like, cause Will Smith was supposed to be the original.
It wouldn't be as good.
Yeah, it's like, but then like, not only would it not be as good, it's like you already know what Keanu Reeves looks like in it. You've seen the movies, and then you remade it and you put Will Smith in it now. Like, nah, I'm good.
The thing's like, to give him credit, he's an amazing actor.
He is.
Yeah, like none of this is to take away from Will Smith.
He's done some quality movies.
Yeah, he was arguably one of the best things in Suicide Squad, which was a toilet fire to begin with.
Oh man, that shit was a trash can.
I'll leave that go on.
But still, like
he was in Pursuit of Happiness.
Yeah, like if you
tearjerker.
7 pounds, Pursuit of Happiness, Ali, which was crafted by the gods for that role.
He's also the Fresh Prince.
He was the Fresh Prince, one of the greatest sitcoms ever.
Yeah,
I'd argue that.
So don't get me wrong, like Will Smith has a fantastic resume of like bangers. However, like
you can't do everything.
You can't do everything.
Right.
Like at some point when people like I was actually watching an interview, like a little one-on-one thing he was doing where he was just like, the reason he turned The Matrix down was because of how it was pitched to him. Because when the Wachowski brothers ran up to him and they were just like, hey, yo, like there's a pitch for this movie. Like on paper, The Matrix sounded ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
Still is, yeah.
But like the way they phrased it was just like, all right, imagine kicking somebody in the air and then like you see like 360 view of this kick, but the person's still in the air. And like he was sitting there listening to this shit and he was just like, nah, this sounds whack. I'm gonna go do something else.
Right.
And I was like, all right, yeah, like when you hear that, like it makes sense.
Where spray paint your blue, give you a ponytail.
Right. I was about to say that. Like, you turned around and heard the genie. I was like, this is a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, but like, don't get me wrong, like Disney money. So that's
true.
Yeah, so like, don't get me wrong. I understand.
Does
like,
he need that much more money at at this point?
He doesn't, but like
Aren't him and Jada like worth $500 million?
What's you gonna do with that, man?
Yeah, like, aren't you at the stage of your career where you could just pick
The
things
cool
that
shit?
are meaningful? Yeah, like
do what Denzel did. Pick the good shit that he's good at.
yeah, like
He wasn't doing comedy movies. He was in Training Day.
right, like stay in your lane. Like that's the thing about acting to me is that like everybody has a lane, and I know actors don't like to be pigeonholed. They like to experiment. Like Jonah Hill used to be comedy, and he wanted to do more serious roles.
Yeah.
like there are things like that.
But he's better at comedy.
Yeah, but exactly. But objectively, one, you're better at comedy, and two, like don't try to force. I mean, to a degree, don't try to force a change in people's perception of you onto people. Like you fit a role in people's heads.
yeah.
Like stay
like,
in it. It's like carve your lane out.
It's like Jim Carrey doing serious roles.
And he has.
Yeah.
And they weren't that good.
They weren't that good to me.
But in like Dumb and Dumber, one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah.
Arguably my favorite movie of all time.
Right.
He was like made in a laboratory for that.
Yeah, like they you need to know where you are. Jamie Foxx. Some people are good on both sides.
He's pretty good on both sides. He's not stupendous on either side. He
No,
plays really well in both.
But yeah, exactly. So does Donald Glover.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
And that's the thing. Like, I understand that you want to reach out and like try different stuff, but there's certain things that you just aren't made for, and you should understand you're not made for.
I'm not dunking on LeBron James.
Right.
Yeah,
I ain't built for that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. Like Will Smith shouldn't have been the genie because you can't replace Robin Williams. You just can't. That's not a thing that can happen.
Even another comedian who was great came along. It's still not. It's not good.
Yeah, no. Like, if you want new kids to see the original Aladdin, show them a Blu-ray version of the original Aladdin.
Yes.
Call it a fucking day.
Right. Do a remake.
Yeah, if you gotta reanimate it to its like super high def,
Yeah.
I'll buy that.
Scarlett Johansson playing the fucking God, I can't remember the
Major.
Yeah, Major. There it is. I was like, it's some rank.
Yeah, I know.
Playing
I
Major.
was gonna say General at first.
Yeah, playing Major in Ghost in the Shell.
1-800 General now.
That's basically what it was.
It
Basically,
really
what
was.
you replaced the character with.
Yeah.
And it's like,
It would have been more interesting if you replaced it with the General from the General commercial. I'm gonna keep it funny. It would have been 20 times more interesting if it was the General. I'm like, what? And then Shaq next to him? Bruh, sign me up.
Oh, quick reverse note. This new Will Smith thing, it's gonna end up being Shazam. Or Kablam. What's the one with Shaq?
It is Shazam! Yo!
Whatever the name of that movie
It's
was.
the new Shazam!
yeah, that's and like, oh man, like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just not. Alright, I agree with those two. Who else shouldn't have? Honestly, man, people fight me on these two. One of these two. I don't like Captain Marvel. What's her name as Captain Marvel?
Don't know anything about it.
And then I go Brie Larson.
yeah, Brie Larson.
I have no problem with her, but I don't know anything about the movie.
Yeah, like I just don't like her being chosen for that character, and I didn't like Gal Gadot, however you say it, as Wonder Woman. I felt like everybody in the background of that movie would have been a better Wonder Woman than Wonder Woman. Like, and yes, she's hot, and I get you have to appeal to that, but it was just like,
There are hot women that are more physically built.
right, we need to stop being afraid of having muscular women on the forefront of roles where they should fucking be. Like, Wonder Woman's whole thing is that she is big.
Shit, you should have got Dana Lynn Bailey to do it.
They should have got, what's her name? What's the one from all the CrossFit things
Oh,
ever?
the Icelandic chick?
Yeah.
Glislav's daughter.
Something
Sigmundson.
doter. It's always a doter.
Well, you know why, right?
Yeah, because daughter is like a specific
Yeah.
thing in their culture.
Yeah,
they
well,
name
you
their
also,
kids after
well,
that.
I mean, like, the thing is, you need someone that can look the part, but you also need somebody that can act.
True.
And, like,
But
I'm sure that there's somebody out there.
Gal a good actor though?
I don't know. Never saw the movie.
Like, oh, you never did? Because like, think about watching the movie. Did she carry that movie with her acting?
I don't know, but there's a lot of quiet in the room, so I'm gonna guess not.
Right. And I'm not knocking her. It's just like my argument with that. My whole argument with that is that like you could have done the same for almost anybody in the background of that movie. You could have positioned them and taught them, and half of this acting stuff. Like, what's his name? Batista wasn't an actor when he became.
No, he was. Well, I mean, no.
Well, he was technically an actor.
He was a
because
wrestler. So that's
Right.
That's physical acting.
It's 50-50.
It's about 50-50 there. So he had a leg up. I'll give you that one.
Yeah.
But then he's still trained to do it, right? Like, he's
Yeah.
still trained to take on the role, and he was hilarious in his role.
He was actually really good.
He was one of the best parts of that movie. Like, you could have trained somebody at least decently enough to have acted to the same level as Gal. Gal is not some sophisticated actor who went to like school for it and all this other stuff.
She's not Daniel Day-Lewis.
Right, she's not the Daniel Day-Lewis of that movie. Like, if anything, you could argue that Chris Evans? Not Evans.
It's not Evans either.
Chris something. It's one of them Chris's.
Chris White Boy.
Chris White Man. Chris Mayonnaise. Chris Mayo was a better actor than Gal Gadot in that movie. So you could have trained somebody else to pick up where she left off, basically. So that's the way I felt about those two.
Yeah, because like the CrossFit Games chick is good, but you had to dye her hair black. But the Miss Olympia, Dana Lynn Bailey, her hair's already black. Obviously she's Miss Olympia, so she's yoked.
Yeah. And
she's pretty attractive, so she's got to fit in most of the bills here.
In the entire movie, in the background of the whole movie, bro, all of the women in the background are jacked. All of them. You could have found one of them and been like, you're now the lead.
So 2 parts to that. 1, that's what happened in 300. It worked out real good for them.
Yeah.
2, and then there's I think Rogue sponsors it, which is like powerlifting, and they make like bars.
For they make equipment.
Yeah. So they have a thing online right now. Go watch it. They did one with men like 2 years ago, and now they're doing one with women. It's like a 4-part series. They had 4 dudes, now they have 4 women. They have like a powerlifter, a CrossFitter, a bodybuilder, so on and so forth, and they have like 10 events. They put them all through the events to see which one falls into different categories of athletes. One of them's a CrossFitter. She was in the background of the Wonder Woman.
Nice. So is this like the Rocks thing?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, it's not that kind of competition.
Oh,
it's like they did like a deadlift and then like a bodybuilding show, and then they had to do like sprints. So like every like of the 4 people, there's like one event that's like catered
to them,
where they're probably gonna like dominate,
right?
And they usually do. But then there's like 4 events where it's like you have no idea what that. Like they like kick a soccer ball or something. Like you don't know who the hell's gonna win.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's like you have all of the opportunity. I'm just like, I just want to see something new. You know what I mean? Like, and with superhero movies, like you have to phrase the same equality, right? Like dudes got to get buff and jacked to be in those roles. They have to, and a lot of them aren't already built that way.
I mean, like Gerard Butler. No, who the hell was he before 300?
Right, Chris. What's his name? Batman.
Oh, Batfleck?
No, Christian Bale. Christian Bale had to gain 40 pounds of muscle or something like that.
Well, he seen him in The Mechanic.
Yeah.
Skeletor.
He dropped to Skeletor. So, like, bruh, that nigga, you can see that nigga heartbeat. But it was like, bruh, he dropped to, like, catastrophic levels of weight. Like, that's hit points or red levels of weight. And he dropped that low for that. So, my argument with that is that, like, if dudes gotta do it, they gotta lose the LBs to get it or gain them. I feel the same should happen with the women's side. Like, you gotta be the size of that character to be in it. What are you?
What's his name? The guy from The Mechanic?
Christian Bale.
Christian Bale in The Mechanic? Was it the HP level where like there's like that noise playing in your Game Boy?
That annoying ass noise that won't go away.
Yeah.
Until you get more health.
If he was in a shooter, it'd be a red outline around the screen.
The world would be in black and white?
Yeah, the world is in black and white, and it's just like fading. Oh, man. Bro, he was one breeze away from needing a Phoenix down.
Have you ever seen the interview of like how he lost and gained the weight?
Yeah, he ate an apple a day and a can of tuna.
Yeah, he's fucking nuts.
Yeah, he ate 1 apple. He had like a lemon and then like something like that, and then a can of tuna.
Lemon.
Yeah, for spice. He spiced up the can of tuna with lemon. What is this, Oliver and Company, bro?
I want some more.
I want some more. No, that's Oliver's Twist.
Oh.
Yeah, Oliver and Company is the old cartoon. Like the 1 minute I'm in Central Park. You know what I'm talking about? The cat.
Cat and the dog.
In New York.
Nothing.
Oh man, we gotta show that to you after this episode. I wish we had theme music set so we could have had that as our theme music.
Anyway.
My bad. Yeah. But like, that's mine. Like, those are the 2 that I think should have been in the role.
Yeah, I mean,
go ahead.
I think the biggest one that like offended me the most was
I'm triggered.
I'm already triggered.
Was
in the distance, Tumblr appears.
Was Scarlett Johansson as Major in Ghost in the Shell?
I don't know what that is.
It was a live action remake of an anime.
Oh, okay.
Which in and of itself is a Japanese cartoon.
Correct.
And so it's just like, all right, cool. Like these people were based off of
time.
Yes, it was. This is a reimagining of something that was made for Japanese people, and you already don't see enough like Asian people actors like get enough roles.
True.
So like you were already Black Widow in the Marvel franchise. Stay your ass somewhere else and let somebody Asian have this role.
Right.
I assume the person in the anime was Asian.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, she was.
You could make the argument that Major wasn't Asian.
I mean, you could.
Because I don't think she was. I guess technically she was, but like Japan, alright, Japan has this weird thing about anime and stuff like that, where the main characters a lot of times aren't Asian necessarily.
Well, correction, they don't
They're
look
Asian.
all Asian.
You're right.
They just don't look
Right.
like what you would imagine a typical Asian would
person
look
to
like.
look like. Yeah. And so like that was because like it's one of the greatest of all times. Like what's the Trigun? Like the main character is arguably just a white dude. Full Metal Alchemist, they're white kids. Like all the side characters could be argued to be Asian.
Yeah, like once as I was growing up, like I didn't realize that they were cartoons that were made from Japan based off of what were supposed to be Japanese people. Because the way they looked, I thought they were just regular ass white folks. Right. So I was like,
So just to get mine out of the way is that you can make the argument. That
you could definitely make the argument, but my issue with it is that like. You're already doing well. You're already successful.
Right.
Like, step aside and let somebody from that culture take this role.
Right. Yeah.
And like,
that's cool.
Let somebody else have a come up. Like, you're already collecting Marvel checks.
Yeah. Like, true.
Like, let somebody else succeed.
Yeah. Like, let somebody else get a chance at it. Like when they had Zoe Saldana try to play Nina Simone, and it was just like. That's not like, first off, this was like a dark-skinned black woman whose whole political aspect to her music was that she was a dark-skinned black woman. Then you have Zoe Saldana, who I don't think identifies as black, even though I think she's like Afro-Latina or something like that, or at least half Afro-Latina, something like that. Like you have her doing that. It's just like, you could have made way for someone more talented, you know what I mean? Or not necessarily more talented, but like someone
who fit the bill,
right?
Yeah.
So stop taking people's roles, basically.
Yeah. Like I don't. You'll forgive me. I don't remember the actress's name, but it was the Asian chick who was like the co-star of the first Pacific Rim movie.
I never saw Pacific Rim.
Oh,
it's basically a live action Gundam.
Yeah. Which you missing out. That movie was
Gundam mixed with Godzilla.
It's got everything you want in it.
Yeah, that movie is fantastic.
Explosions.
It's got robots that you drive. Yep. It's got giant aliens. It's got explosions. It has, I'm guessing the main dude's attractive. I don't really know about dudes. The main chick's pretty attractive.
Yeah. He said, I like he said, I don't really know about dudes.
I really don't. I can't tell.
Idris Elba was in that movie, so that's already
that's
there you go. He's like GQ Man of the Year, right? There you go. So
that possibly the next Bond.
So it's got shit for ladies, got shit for dudes, got explosions for me.
Yeah.
It's got robots.
Yeah, it was stacked with shit, man. It was good. Yeah. But like I would have loved to have seen her be Major in Ghost in the Shell.
Plus that's Charlie Day in it. So it's got comedy.
People made the argument of the same with the Power Rangers movie too. Like they were like, there wasn't interested to step to the side and let a Pacific Islander or something like that play Rita, because like. Rita we all know and love was like Pacific Islander or Japanese, one or two of them. She might have been mixed or something like that. I don't remember. But like, you could have stepped aside and let somebody who had never had this opportunity before get in there, you know?
And then do nothing with it?
What do you mean?
I thought the Power Ranger movie was like terrible.
It was terrible. But
so let somebody else get a terrible movie?
I mean, true. They fought me on it because they were like they liked it, and in hindsight, I feel like I was a little too harsh on it.
I never saw it.
Like, at the end of the day, my beasts were real. Like,
yeah. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, there were definitely like gripes that you could take with the movie, but like for what it was supposed to be, because like it was a reimagining of a '90s Power Rangers like episode. They did a damn good job. For the source material that they reimagined,
based on
they did a damn good job.
Because not to give like a full synopsis or whatever, but like their argument in this one was that
opening scene.
I mean, if you ain't seen it, you just ain't seen it. So here comes a spoiler. But like you remember in the original one, like Green Ranger was like its own separate thing that came from Rita. Basically, like she kind of like
was Rita the bad girl.
She was the bad like witch woman. The witch woman.
She had the big like goofy hat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. She like in this one. What it was that Zordon and her were on the original Power Rangers team together way back centuries before. And there was a massive fight, falling out, whatever. They lost all the rest of their friends that were like their home world and everything was destroyed. And really, it was partially Zordon's fault because I think he made a bad call and ran away from the planet, basically. And so he left her essentially to die. And so in the reimagining of it, in a lot of ways, Rita, aka Green Ranger in this movie, because she was the Green Ranger from the original team, I think.
Maybe.
Like, has an actual real purpose this time, is that like, you fucked me over, you left me to die, and now I'm coming back to kill you, basically.
Yeah.
And so like, he assembles his own Power Rangers team. At first he didn't trust them, you know what I mean, still kind of not weary of all of it. And so like, they ended up taking on Rita, beating Rita, and he realized that they should be the next Power Ranger. But it was actually, in that way, in plot, it was actually a really good reimagining of it. But in my moments after watching the movie, and for a while after watching the movie, my beef was just with like the black dude having to be disabled as well. I mean, and then like and then it was just like I mean, if you think about it, like, god damn it. But yeah, it was I had my own, I have to go back and rewatch it to remember all of my gripes. It's been so long, but like I had plenty of issues with it when it came out originally. But the plot was, even back then I did say the plot was good for what they were working with.
What was Scarlett Johansson's character's name in the Marvel movies?
Black Widow.
Black Widow, yeah.
How was Black Widow fighting Thor?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
She's a regular, like, she's fit. She's a regular lady with a gun.
Well, she's superhuman. She did take the super serum. I think so.
That sounds like super bullshit to me.
I know it sounds like bullshit. I could have sworn like the argument for her being around the same level as Cap was that like she had also taken a super serum of some kind.
I know.
But she's Russian.
No, she's just an assassin.
She's an assassin from Russia, though.
So?
Yes. Yeah, right.
All Russians are like superhumans?
No, kinda. Bruh. Russia's like the manufacturing factory for white people, bro. Like, it's straight up when you get like the heavy, you know, like when you get like, alright, if white people in America are like the casual cars, then Russians are like the commercial vehicles of white people. Like, they're usually utility. Like, it's like, that's where you get your white people.
Granted, I've never been to Russia. I don't think if you walk around like the streets of Moscow, there's like 5,000 Dragos fighting bears.
You are totally right, but they have enough of them in there. And my argument is this. Russia is to white people what the Zulu are to black people. And take that one home with you. Like, that's your jewel from this episode, ladies and gentlemen. That Russians are white people's Zulus, bruh. You can have that. Enjoy it. The only reason why people didn't fully take over the world is because Russia lost so many in World War II. If them monsters had been alive and made it, and Russia decided, you know what? Fuck it, let's go for the gold. It'd have been our ass, nigga, like all of us. It'd have been like, well, damn. Cause one Russia's taking on one of every race, minimum.
Until it's like slightly warm outside.
Oh, if it's slightly, that's true. But then they get a little, but like, then with a little vodka in the system, bro. Ooh, that's like Popeye's spinach, nigga. That's your ass. I can hear the but with the Russian balalaika in the background, and he just like pops open the can of what is it, borscht? A borscht and some vodka, nigga. It's over for us, bro. Wrap it up. That's worse than nukes.
I forgot the name of that one video, but it was two Russian dudes that were just like, well, no, it was two Russian dudes in the video, but one dude was just slapping the fuck out of the other one.
Top 10 funniest videos I've ever seen online, period. I've seen that.
There's one
there's one where there's a sport, but there's another one where there were two Russian dudes arguing,
yeah,
and one was slapping the hot fire out of the other one.
Yeah, he was just in an apartment with a shirt off.
Yeah, but I have never laughed harder at a video. You know what makes it so funny? It's two things. It's the sound the slaps make, and it's how this man does not telegraph at all.
Is it like the wet meat sound? Or just
it's wet meat, but it's also like three things really, because they're both drunk. And so when he's slapping the other dude, the way the dude's head moves, and he's trying to keep it together, like he's trying to stand back up, and like the slaps are coming out of fucking nowhere. This nigga's Rock Lee, bro. Like the slaps are coming from nowhere, because like people always telegraph. Normal people telegraph.
Maybe through the shoulder.
And for people who don't know what telegraphing is, it's when you like push your shoulder out or do a movement that signals that you're about to hit someone. Yep. It's what like professional boxers look for. Yep. To avoid punches. So it makes it look like they're almost seeing what you do before you do it type of thing. This dude is not this drunk and is not doing any of that. The slaps are coming from out of nowhere. And so the dude he slaps him the first time so quick, He doesn't know what happened.
What about a goddamn octopus?
Right, yeah. He slapped the dude at first. The dude was like, it takes the dude 3 seconds to be like, wait, I just got slapped. And he leans in to slap back. And the dude dodges it and slaps him again and wags a finger in his face, saying something in Russian, bruh. And the dude who's got the camera is dying laughing, and me as the viewer is on the fucking floor. Nigga, I have never laughed so hard on a video on the internet, bruh. It had me in tears.
Then he sent it to me, and it also had me in tears because there's like about like slap 4 or 5, you could just see the dude like give up inside.
Yes, he just accepts it's coming.
All right, I'll try to put this in the comment section so everyone can watch.
Yeah, I got it for Nate. Oh, here it is.
We'll do this after.
We'll do this after the podcast.
We'll put this in the comments for you. Because,
absolutely. You deserve happiness.
Yeah, 10 out of 10. This is hilarious.
This is hilarious, bro.
Anyways, though, I don't think Soccer Mom Scarlett Johansson is fighting the God of Thunder.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
That's part of my issue. Like,
and I also feel like she's not fighting him, and 2, she shouldn't be on the same battlefield with the God of Thunder.
And shout out to
neither should the fucking Boy Scout Archer boy.
Hawkeye,
I agree with that.
Like against like a regular like group of people, he is deadly because he's sneaking people from like 500 yards away.
But me believing that you're taking on Ultron's troops is just not believable to me. Like, I refuse to believe that these dudes are out here fighting like gods and you are somehow surviving day to day. That's my beef too, man, is like size differences. And I argue man, woman, but it's woman, man, it's anything. If one of you is half the size of the other one, I am not believing that you are winning that fight. I'm just not. And
I've seen it.
Possible.
I've seen it.
It is possible. But I am not believing that, like, in a movie situation that you are gonna, against 2 professionals, like, this is not like somebody who's inexperienced and somebody who's experienced different. This is like, y'all are both assassins, but one of you is half the size of the other one.
I've seen it in MMA.
Like, Mission Impossible, right? Like, have y'all seen the new one?
No.
Yeah.
Well, my side of the new one. Remember when Henry Cavill was fighting that short Asian dude, but because he knew martial arts, he was somehow beating him and, what's his name? Tom Cruise in a 1-on-2 fight.
Yeah.
It was like, I don't believe this.
Well, the 1-on-5 fights is a bit much.
It's also a bit much, yeah. But like, especially things like that.
No, because I've seen MMA fight. I couldn't remember the 2 contestants' names, but there was one guy he's either a lightweight or a featherweight with like 145, and he was fighting a super heavyweight who was like 250, and he was whooping his ass.
Did he win?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he was stepping like he was like fast.
Yeah.
So he stepped in and light him up with like 3 leg kicks before the guy could even get a punch off.
Yeah, and he probably lost on body shots.
I think he's trying to light his leg up so bad that he ended up just falling.
Right, yeah. He just like,
He just chopped that tree down.
Yeah. So I'm not saying, like I said, I don't want people to think that I'm saying it's impossible. I'm just saying, like, there is a reason why sports have weight classes.
That's true.
Like, it's like you cannot just expect people. It is an unfair advantage.
Floyd Mayweather isn't beat up Mike Tyson.
He is not. On no planet. And Floyd Mayweather, you could make the argument, is the greatest fighter to have ever lived. Like, greatest boxer, not fighter. Greatest boxer to have ever lived.
But Mike Tyson, he's not getting out of round 1.
But he is not surviving round 1. He isn't.
Mike Tyson is prime.
This nigga Mike Tyson, in his prime, no bullshit, tried to pay a dude $10,000 to let him into the gorilla cage so he could duke it out with the gorilla.
I don't know what to say to
This
that.
nigga was real life ball raw, bro. Like, I'm good.
Look, I'm trying to give Winston some hands. Let me in here.
You know how scary he is as a person, bro? Is that if you said, open a Tiger cage or open a Mike Tyson cage, I would have a hard time making a decision. Like, I would have a hard time being like, I gotta die by one of these.
Because like, you know you're gonna die.
Yeah, exactly. It's like,
I mean, I would say put me in the Mike Tyson cage, basically just so I could like grovel and he would understand me.
Right, exactly. That's true. Instead of like, I would beg for my life.
Like, hey man, like we don't have to do this.
Like, come on, baby. Like, we ain't gotta do this. Saying that to the tiger talks back. Yes.
It's a Russian tiger?
Russian tiger. Siberia. Bring them back full circle, boys.
Well done.
Don't act like Elvin don't know what he's doing. I contribute to this podcast too.
That was more like the
Yes.
Yes.
That was a bit of a Stephen A. Smith comment.
Exactly.
I was going to say something. I forgot what it was.
Exactly.
Damn it.
It'd be like that sometimes.
It do. I can't think of it. Like, who else didn't fit their role? Or who else tried to take
Scarlett Johansson.
I mean, really, Nicolas Cage, anything lately.
Well, pause. Nicolas Cage did a good job as
Into the
Spider-Man.
Yes,
Into the
Spider-Verse, yeah.
But like that's one of the few times where somebody had Nicolas Cage and used him.
But wasn't that a cartoon?
Because he couldn't see him.
Yeah, wasn't that a cartoon?
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Because he didn't exist in that world. You just heard his voice.
again, using Nicolas Cage correctly.
Correctly, yeah.
Yeah, Will Smith is starting to turn into that Nicolas Cage vibe.
He is.
Yeah, what was it you said before the podcast started? Like
Will Smith is the black people as Nicolas Cage is the white people.
Yes, very much so.
Just take it's like there's an SNL sketch where it's like they're making fun of Nicolas Cage, and one of the things was that like he's trying to take over 99% of all movie roles ever offered throughout time.
I believe it, brother. The way it's like he was trying to collect the Infinity Gem. Like he's trying to get every movie role he can get his hands on. And
they also said that every line in a Nicolas Cage film is either whispered or screamed.
No in between. For real. I feel like he got a vault full of scripts from every movie ever, and he just jumps in it like Scrooge McDuck, and then just does like, and he swims in it and does like angels in it and all that other stuff. He's doing a backstroke in scripts. He's like, yeah. He's like, I never wanted to act in them. I just really like scripts.
I love
scripts. Yeah, like
I like Chotos.
I just feel like he needs to stay. Like, and maybe I'll be taking this back in a few weeks or whatever. Maybe or whenever the movie comes out. Maybe it's a good movie, but
he's not taking over Rob Williams.
But he's just I can't think that he could be Robin Williams in this role.
That's like it's not nothing against Will Smith. It's like saying someone's gonna do Good Will Hunting again and do an equal or better job than Robin Williams did the first time. You're not.
Yeah, it's like
you can put Daniel Day-Lewis in there. It's just not. It's
like when they remade The Mummy. That was the other thing I was trying to think about.
Oh,
they remade The Mummy with Tom Cruise. Get out of here with that shit.
Right.
That shit was terrible.
And he's good, but that ain't for you.
Yeah, it's not for you, my guy.
It wasn't for you.
There was nothing wrong with the original Mummy. Like,
right.
Like
Tom Cruise had enough hits.
Like
that's true.
I guess my other thing is like these movie companies keep trying to like reimagine lightning in a bottle. Like this movie was good, but it was like done 15, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Let's remake it for like the current generation and recollect
and
that revenue. And it never works. Like
take a chance, man.
Like come up with some new shit and take a chance. Like when the fucking when I was talking about it earlier, like when the Wachowski brothers were just like, let's do like this Matrix thing. Like, yeah, on paper it sounded absolutely fucking ridiculous. And then they made The Matrix. And that shit changed action movies forever.
It gotta be in the top 100, maybe top 50 greatest movies of all time.
And then what was the one with DiCaprio where he's like going to people's dreams?
Oh, Inception. I love that movie.
Yeah.
One of my favorite movies of all time.
What did that ever relate to? Nothing.
Yeah.
But it changed the way you look at a lot of movies.
I agree with that. That's the gift of a good director or a new director. Like, what's his name? The director from Them, the same one who did the Batman movie. Chris Nolan.
Christopher Nolan, yeah.
Didn't he do Terminator?
Maybe.
That dude's been on fire for a while.
Yeah,
Christopher Nolan's really good.
Shutter Island, which was incredible. He did Inception. He did all 3 Batman movies. He did all 3 Christian Bale movies. What else did he do?
That's enough of a lineup right there.
Interstellar.
That's all.
Yeah, that one was unbelievable.
And I mean, don't get me wrong. We've got new people coming out and doing new shit.
Right.
Isn't that Key and Peele guy doing good now?
Yeah, Keegan Michael Key did Get Out. He's doing another movie, Us, which looks to be terrifying as shit. I can't wait for that. Ryan Coogler, the dude that directed Black Panther.
What's his name?
Ryan Coogler, I believe his name is.
That sounds like a food.
Fire name, yeah.
Coogler.
I'll have the Coogler.
And before he did that, I think he
sounds like a German gun.
He did
the Coogler 159. What is this? This is the Coogler 311.
So I had a Coogler with my son.
Before he did Black Panther, he had done like one other film, I think, with Michael B. Jordan, and that was pretty much it. And then he did Black Panther, and that movie went on to just fucking be one of the best movies ever made. Yeah, it's just like
such a good movie.
Yeah, it's just like, but like take a chance with people. Like take a chance.
Know your lane.
Know your lane. Like take a chance, but know your lane.
Right.
Yeah. Like.
And dump some movie. Be willing to dump money into small movies.
Yeah.
Like, because what a lot of them did, that like a lot of the ones that went on to become these huge franchises started off as like, we had less than $1 million budget for this entire movie, or we had like some of them were like less than a couple $100,000 or something like that.
Animal House was like that.
Yeah, it's like, but that's my point, is that like, take a chance and try and shell out money on small directors and stuff like that who are like, listen, I want to make this happen.
Yeah.
Give us a decent budget.
Or I mean, like,
because you don't have to go big budget.
Yeah, fucking John Wick was a minuscule budget in comparison to what movies
Yeah, it's
are.
pennies. Yeah, in comparison to these movies, and it's
Which is crazy because that's an amazing movie.
yeah. But if you think about it, there wasn't like, if I remember right, there weren't a lot of explosions in that movie.
There's a lot of gunshots.
There's a lot of firing, but like that's just
Yeah, it was
props.
a lot of I mean, like, it was mostly practical setting and practical effects,
right.
because like 99% of that was Keanu,
Yeah,
It's true.
which is terrifying. Keanu Reeves could kill all of us.
yeah.
It's true.
Between the shit that he learned on The Matrix and all of the shit that he has now learned for John Wick, no, he could murder all
He
of
woke
us.
up on a bed just like the Matrix. I've learned karate, and then just walked up.
Essentially, yeah.
Got up and walked
Like
out.
he,
of the room.
he knows like different forms of jujitsu, like all the fucking gun training he's done.
I invented a new move. It's called the Kugler.
At this, I've learned the Kugler, the forbidden technique.
Master move.
It's not like a German forbidden technique. Yeah, the Kugler.
It's the Kugler.
Yeah, grab him by the ankle, grab him by the toe, his whole chest explodes.
Give him the Pie Man Kugler.
Yeah, the Kugler.
That's the thing he didn't teach you Uma Thurman.
You're right.
The Kugler.
This is the only movie you're missing. But if you think about it, though, he's the closest thing to Batman we got, bruh.
Who?
What's his name?
Keanu?
In a lot of ways, he's very Batman at this point.
And the Tesla guy is Iron Man.
Huh? Yeah. I mean, I guess if Elon Musk was more charismatic, he'd be Iron Man.
He's pretty.
alright.
He's pretty eccentric.
Yeah, he could be.
I mean, like
He's pretty Iron Man-y.
Keanu's got a tragic backstory.
Yep.
He's
Mastered every form of martial arts.
mastered every form of martial arts.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
Always in black.
always in black. I mean, like the only difference is, well,
Quiet.
Batfleck excluded. Batman doesn't use guns, but.
True.
If Batman was just like, you know what, maybe it's time to pop around off.
Let's talk about real quick though. Where getting out of your lane worked. I actually like Ben Affleck as Batman. I did, and I know that caught a lot of heat. Like, but like I like what they did with it. Like they went a different direction with it. They didn't try to make him into another Christian Bale or anything. They kind of took him in a different direction.
Yeah, they took him in the George Clooney direction.
I mean, a little bit. I'll give you that. A little bit. They went the George Clooney direction, but short of bat nipples. Like they didn't go all the way with it. Yeah. But
The bat credit card.
Yeah, exactly.
Never
Even
leave the
though,
home
like,
without it.
How do you like? Let's keep it funky. Did y'all really think those were bad movies?
No, they're entertaining as shit.
They were amazing movies.
Yes.
Them
No.
them Batmans were fantastic.
Okay, so like
Jim Carrey's the Riddler?
What, nigga?
Yes.
Speaking of roles that should never get reassigned.
He's perfect for that.
Bro, when he came to the door at the end of the movie, I am the Bat. And like swatted his arms with the blanket over. I was like, Oscar.
Yo, so I was actually watching, ironically enough, last night a movie breakdown of Batman Forever. Shout out to Movies with Mikey. That guy is fucking phenomenal. You should go check out his YouTube channel. Like all of his shit is fucking top notch. But he did a video on Batman Forever, and he reminded me that how we got to Batman Forever. Because originally, because all of those movies were in roughly like the same continuity. So we started with Tim Burton's crazy ass.
Exactly, yeah. We forget that.
Yeah, we started with Tim Burton, and like even though like the second Tim Burton movie made a lot of money.
Dude, he is nuttier than squirrel turds.
Yes, it made a lot of money, but it was like Batman lit somebody on fire with the Batmobile.
Give me 10 seconds to embrace that.
That's old.
Alright, go ahead, no, my bad. I just didn't want that glossed over.
Yeah, that's an old one.
That's fire. That's
One more time for the people in the nosebleeds.
Right.
Oh, yeah, Tim Burton is nuttier than squirrel turds.
Add that to your Zulu Russian voice. We giving out jewels on this podcast.
But yeah, so like Tim Burton made like some really creepy ass Batman movies, and then they were just like, even though they made money, it was just like, yo, these are supposed to be for kids. Cause we want to sell like toy merchandise and shit.
Yep.
So like you can't make any more of these because you were traumatizing children.
To this day, I'm still afraid. As an adult man, I'm openly admit I'm afraid of Danny DeVito as the Penguin.
He was a fire penguin.
He was a fire penguin, but yes,
terrifying.
I saw I saw an image of him as the penguin.
Terrifying.
And I'm like, yo, That's concerning. I don't know how that didn't like.
He was amazing.
He was amazing, but I don't know how that didn't freak me out when I was a child.
Oh, he had nightmares.
Ooh,
it freaked me out as a kid. It
I
actually
mean, he had like black teeth and gums,
Yeah,
and like
yeah.
oozing and shit.
And then when they had to go like underground or whatever it was to get him or get at him, and it was like pitch black and dark and all that.
Yeah,
I was like,
like-
yeah.
And he had the actual flippers for hands.
Yup.
Yeah.
I was like, and then his body, because his body was kind of like deformed.
yeah.
And
And I was like,
so
I was
it
like, ooh, yeah. So they went from that to like, okay, let's kitty this up just a bit. And then, then they ended up with the bad nipples and the bad credit card and, Arnold Schwarzenegger as,
free.
They were entertaining.
Yes,
Yeah,
it was good.
They were entertaining movies. Don't get me wrong. They weren't winning Oscars, but that's not what they were made for.
Oh yeah, we weren't built for this.
Tommy Lee Jones' Two-Face?
Yeah, he was a fire Two-Face. And in the second movie where they opened it with like him putting someone in the vault or whatever it was, and
Yes, and they swing him from the helicopter?
yes, man, like stop playing. The movies were good. Like the movies were actually good.
Did Jim Carrey had that brain drain?
Yeah, and then what's it in Poison Ivy, and they like kiss
Uma?
Poison. Yeah, Uma.
Yeah.
Uma Thurman was Poison
Poison
Ivy.
Ivy, yes.
Like,
Kill Bill.
stop it, man. That movies were loaded. That cast was loaded.
Yeah, like they are entertaining movies. If you are looking at them from like an Oscar standpoint, yes,
no.
they are not good movies,
Right.
but they are entertaining.
Right.
You can watch those movies and have an excellent laugh.
Oh yeah.
Because there's like explosions, there's like ice laser beams, there's people fighting, there's like boomerangs.
The fight scene with them showing up on ice, and he had the bat skates. And
Yes.
they had, and bruh, come on, stop playing with me. Them movies was unbelievable.
And Arnold Schwarzenegger's like villains had hockey sticks they were beating people with.
Yes!
And they were blade hockey sticks?
They need to bring out a new Arkham with a mod that has all of that content in it. From like all of them. I would absolutely play the George Clooney version of Arkham Asylum with what's his name as Freeze, Uma
Arnold?
Thurman as Ivy, yes.
Yes.
They need to get in, that needs to get in production. Just like they're talking about they need to do a remake of Vice City with a GTA 5 mod or whatever. So it's like a new Vice.
Yeah.
They need to go back and do that. And
I
do
would-
a full
I would
mod.
pay top
I would
dollar
pay
for
top coin for that.
You heard it here first on Pumpernickel.
Right? We want our cut.
Yeah. Who's that? Blizzard? Who makes those?
Who made what?
All those games.
Who made
March 3rd,
Activision
2019.
made- Huh?
March 3rd, 2019. You heard it here first.
You heard it first. I think Activision did Arkham series.
They might have been the publishers. I don't know if they were the.
The actual developer.
Yeah.
Who makes them?
I want to say it's Get Ready, but I'm not sure. I don't think that's it.
Rocksteady Studios.
Rocksteady. There it is.
Good deal.
Rocksteady.
I ain't even typing the right word in Google how I figured it out. I was like Icom by accident.
We know what you want.
And it was like Arkham. I got you. And it looked up Arkham Knight. It was like, oh, Google.
Yeah, so shout out to Rocksteady Studios. Maybe we need to contact these people.
Yeah, man. Like I'm all for it. Like I think that they need to come.
Jim
back.
Carrey's the Riddler. Like I think that one was a miss, but you could, like if you had done it a little bit better, Jim Carrey's the Riddler is a good Riddler.
Oh yes, no, like that's phenomenal fucking casting.
Because he is cuckoo as shit for that. Like you need like cuckoo as Cocoa Puffs, which he is.
Yes.
He's gonna wear that freaking like tight green jumpsuit with the question marks all over it and the red hair.
I feel like you could do a remake now and do it knowing the zaniness of it and still make it interesting.
You could almost, I'd argue you could use the same people.
I would go back and watch a George Clooney. I would do like a cartoony version, but with Batman Beyond, and have George Clooney be the older version of Batman, and then like have somebody else.
Schwarzenegger's getting in shape again.
And then have what's his name, the one from I would make Robin in this new one, or if they don't do Batman Beyond, I would make the Robin of this new one the kid from what's his name they had like two movies that we thought were going to be bad at first. The one British where they were wearing suits and stuff like that. Kingsman. I would make him
English dude.
Yeah, the English kid. I would make him the Robin of this one, and then I don't know who would be the
wasn't
Batman.
Captain America the fucking Robin? Put him there again.
You think you can't go from being Captain America to Robin?
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
like,
that's not. You can't go backwards.
First of all, like you're on Marvel's paycheck. Like you can't cross over to DC. That's not happening.
Yeah.
Secondly, like you're Captain America.
Right.
Like, you can't go down. Like, cause Robin's a sidekick.
If we wanted to make it corny and goofy, we could stick The Rock in there as Batman and have somebody else on the side. I know that sounds heavy. It sounds heavy-handed. Even that would make The Rock Bane in this movie.
That I'd go for.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Make The Rock Bane.
What? No, Tom Hardy was good.
Tom Hardy was good, but over The Rock, 6'3", all diesel.
Make half Thor. The Mountain.
Oh, yeah, he would be a fire. I agree with that.
He just won the Arnold Classic Strongman yesterday.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I would stick him in there as Bane, and then we would do, who would we
Speaking
do?
of which, shout out to Half Thor. Sorry about the Bell's palsy. It's unfortunate, but he did set the deadlift world record again.
Yeah, man, he's a monster. That's the scariest part. This man got Bell's palsy, and he's out here crushing the world record, bro.
I feel sorry for him, but
I feel that's terrible.
Yeah.
he did set the world record. 1,050 pounds.
Bro, that man's lunch was a chicken.
No. It was multiple chickens.
I thought it was only one.
It was 3.
His lunch was 3 chickens, bro. Imagine being a chicken next to you. Picking up and like, oh.
Bro, my man eat a whole chicken and was like, another.
Bro, chickens look at that man like Attack on Titan, bro. It's like, you think about like the world they got to deal with, bro. I'm surprised he don't just eat them whole. It's like, I'll take this one and just rip the head off.
He's 6'9", 430 pounds.
God, all muscle.
And he got bigger this year. He's got bigger shoulders this year. He does one of the events. I was watching the whole stream. One of the events is called the Austrian Oak. Basically, you have to pick up this giant log and press it overhead.
Yeah.
I think the log weighs 400 something pounds. He was the last person to go. And the announcer's like, "Wait a minute. He's the only competitor on the field that weighs more than the implement."
Damn.
God damn.
That's lunch for that man. Yeah. That man picked that shit up like groceries. I was like, man, get this shit out of here. Like, scooted it out.
That's a pull-up for him.
Yeah, bro. Or you know what he could be? My bad. I have a place for The Rock. If they ever did a live action Fairly Odd Parents, The Rock is absolutely the commander.
You were right. Oh my God.
If they ever cut the check, we want our cut off rip, bro. Like, The Rock is the commando dude from Fairly Odd Parents, and I would do like John Mulaney as Cosmo, and I would do either what's her name, Kathy Griffin. As the woman, or I would do who's like a funny. I would do
maybe
like
Anna Kendrick.
But she's kind of funny, but not the same kind of zany funny that you would get from a John Mulaney. Like, you got to have somebody that would counter. John
I was
Mulaney.
wrong. Half Thor is Juggernaut.
Oh yeah. He'd be beastly. Who would counter John Mulaney?
I don't know enough good female comedians to fill that role.
Right. I don't really know who on the female side would be. Like, maybe like a Eliza Scherzinger or something like that. Somebody with that same type of comedy style.
Whitney Cummings is funny.
Yes. Whitney Cummings and John Mulaney would be Wanda and Cosmo.
Oh shit, get the chick from Ghostbusters, the crazy one. She's on SNL too. Blonde, kind of short, got like curly hair.
I don't remember.
Yeah, son of a bitch.
I would absolutely do it. And then like some kid, or I don't even know, some comedian kid as the main thing.
Keith McKinnon. Son of a bitch.
Yeah, it's doable, man. Like we got the ideas out here.
Yeah, Keith McKinnon's hilarious.
So yeah, a remake of
Driving me
Batman.
nuts.
What else? Is that all I could think of? Is that all good?
So yeah, is the Mountain, which is half Thor, is he better Bane or Juggernaut?
I would make the Mountain Bane. Because he would fit, to me, like there were not a lot of voice lines there, and he would fit better there.
He does have a good yell.
He does, and so like I would stick him in the Bane role, and then I would do the one from Juggernaut.
Do you juice Arnold back up?
No, Arnold ain't never coming back to full.
Are you sure about that? Have you seen him recently?
I haven't seen him recently.
I think he's back on the sauce because my man is shredded.
Really?
Yeah. He's back on stacks on stacks on stacks.
Let me see recent images.
So is the kid. This kid's on the come up now. The one where we had the one with the heavy set nanny. That kid's a monster too.
Yeah, I mean, like he might be in the gym practicing with his kids. So I mean, like,
oh yeah, he's shredded.
Yes, he's back on the sauce. For sure.
He's absolutely sauced out.
I mean, it's not like he never was.
Right.
I mean, he openly admits to it.
I mean, they all are, and they all can.
Well, yeah, it's unrealistic to think you're gonna weigh 300 pounds of muscle. And not have steroids.
And honestly, I think it's fair. Like, I think because it's not like there's no work involved. Like, it's not like you just do steroids and you go to bed.
Yeah, go watch Ronnie Coleman lift.
Right, exactly. It's like they're in the gym at 4 a.m. while you're still asleep, and they're in the gym until night. You know what I mean?
Ronnie
Like,
front squatted 800 pounds.
right. That sauce just makes you bigger. It doesn't make you skilled.
No.
Yeah.
And so I'm totally for it. I am. And people are always like, oh, it's about health. Fuck health. If it was about health, we wouldn't have them bodybuilding. Like, bodybuilding isn't good for you either.
Yeah. Also, I mean, like, when people are just like, oh, like, we care about people's health. No, the fuck you don't.
Nobody gives a shit about
That's
that.
Like, people pay absorbent amounts of money to watch people, like, punch each other in the face.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't give a shit.
Tackle each other, like, full body tackle each other. Yeah, we give you pads and a helmet, but, like, there's also a version of that where they don't have that.
It's called
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Or
So,
the
like,
Ultimate Fighter version where it's MMA.
yeah, it's just like we care about your health only in the sense that it'll help you do what you do longer.
Yes.
That's the only reason people give a shit.
Right.
Yeah, no one had a problem with Jose Canseco taking juice. Or Barry Bonds with his giant pitbull head.
Because America doesn't.
Well, Barry Bonds is an amazing baseball player. Still is, probably. I mean, he gained like 80 pounds over a year. I didn't make that joke. I took it from somebody.
Oh, my bad. Hey, shout out to you for calling that out. I don't let that stay with you.
No, it was somebody else.
I thought you made that up.
I can't remember for the life of me who the hell it was.
Hell no, that fits the description perfect. You know what else I heard that was perfect? They said, you've never seen Michael Clark Duncan and, what's her name? Wendy Williams in the same place at the same time.
Well, isn't Michael Clark Duncan dead?
Is he?
Pretty sure.
This was before he died. I heard
Like
that before
Tupac
he died.
dead or like dead.
Dead.
I think it's Tupac dead. Where it's like he's one Dragon Ball away from coming back. Tupac dead. What if we found out in 10 years that nigga Tupac was real and he came back as Ja Rule, nigga?
I wouldn't believe you because that's not the same skill level.
Yeah, right, for real. Did you see his Milwaukee Bucks show where the crowd was sort of quiet?
Did you ask if I watched the Ja Rule performance?
All right, my bad.
Better question.
Apologies to the crowd.
Better question.
Apology, well played, sir.
He said it before I could.
Pawn on A3, nigga. Check. That nigga said, did you ask if I watched the Ja Rule performance?
Nope. The answer is no.
I'll leave your humble abode, nigga.
And now a literary reading from Migos.
Also, running it back.
Did you say a literary reading from the Migos? Let this rock. I want to hear what they about to say.
That was it.
Oh, all right.
No, running it back to staying in your leg. Like
The Migos can't do Shakespeare.
no,
Oh, I'm all for it.
that shit would be hilarious.
Migos on stage doing Shakespeare, and every line is "Hey" from the back. Or they do like
To be or not to be.
Sorry, everybody cut you off.
No, you're fine. That shit would be hilarious and a mess, but also mostly hilarious. Fire Festival. If someone came to me and was just like, "Yo, we need you to invest in this event. Like, here's this event. Here's what we're doing. Blah 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 blah, etc. etc." Oh, okay, cool. Who's heading this shit up? Oh, this McFarlane dude and Ja Rule. Pause.
Ja Rule?
Ja Rule is helping to run this thing. Yeah. Nah. I'm okay.
The guy who wrote the soundtrack from the original Fast and Furious? Nah.
The
The
guy
guy who came in last place in the race?
who thought he was too good for Fast and Furious.
Yeah, the guy who lost the initial race in the entire Fast and the Furious franchise?
What a dumbass. This nigga passed up Fast and Furious check, bruh.
He was in the first one.
He was in, but it was Luda's role, right? Like the one that Luda went on to
They
get?
wanted Ja Rule to basically be Ludacris's character, and he was just like, "Oh well, y'all gonna have to pay me more money," and they were like, "Nah,
We'll just look at somebody else." Like,
It's like, who's the guy who did War Machine who ended up doing that to himself?
oh, Terrence Howard.
Yeah.
You missed that
What a dumbass check to lose out on, bruh. Because you wanted to beef about bread as opposed to looking at opportunity.
Yeah, and now Don Cheadle's rolling in it like Captain America.
Stupid money. Don Cheadle don't even know what to do with the bread. He's talking to a stack like, "Why are you here?" Throws it against
He makes a real War Machine suit?
Right. It's like, man, with all this extra bread, I might as well make me real.
Let's do it.
Like, F it. He showed the Terrence Howard house. Look what you missed out on, and just zooms right back up. Look at your broke ass. But then in all fairness, Terrence Howard got Empire checks.
But
so.
is he War Machine?
True, but like...
Can he be referred to as a War Machine?
I mean, true, but at the same sense, it's like, which one is making more money? Is it playing like third fiddle in a Marvel movie, or is it starring in a syndicated TV show?
I'll take third fiddle in a Marvel movie, please.
I really don't know which one makes more money. He
I don't
might have
care.
made a
I would
good
take
business.
third fiddle in a Marvel movie.
Nothing's wrong with that, but I'm saying like we don't know. Like at the end of the day,
It's not all about bread either.
True.
Yeah, but I mean, like you also
Which is why he said no.
You also have to take into consideration the amount of exposure that is. Like
versus Empire.
I mean, yeah, but like don't get me wrong. Like Empire is a good show. But Empire is a good black show.
It is not a good black. There are more white people watching Empire than there are black. It is not a black show, huh?
I've never seen one episode.
I mean, Nate's like, I represent the white delegation, and I personally have never watched an episode. Yeah, like I think that I think so. I don't know what the exact demographics are, but it's like it is a syndicated, like it's an NBC.
I gotta be honest, I thought it was a movie.
It sounds like there's Boardwalk Empire. That's a TV show on Netflix.
Yeah, I thought Empire was just a single movie.
Nah, it's a TV show. Yeah, I don't know how many seasons there are either. That's the Jussie Smollett thing.
Yeah,
he was a character on that show.
That was some dumbass shit.
That's an entire note in another.
That's a different episode.
Yeah.
Why you always lying?
Stay in your lane.
Stay in your lane.
All right. On that note, ladies and gentlemen,
you know what? Yeah.
I think we've come to a closure.
This is a better episode, man. I really think so. Yeah, last episode was
whack.
Yeah,
absolutely trash.
So you will not be ever aware of the last episode.
We might put it out in the future if things go well. You know what I mean? Like,
nah, that was a
that'll be a Volt episode. Back when we were ass.
Nah, that was a we were rusty episode and we needed to shake the rust off.
Was absolute bill.
But you'll never know.
But you'll never know.
And I wanted to fight myself.
Stay tuned.
Oh yeah, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, or not Instagram. I keep saying Instagram, Twitter, Pumpernickel Pod. The website is pumpernickelpodcast.com.
Email
pumpernickelpodcast
at gmail.
All right,
holler at us.
Yeah, and y'all have a good week. We back up.